Hey, One Broken World Entertainment, and James Cameron has come out and confirmed he is working on a brand new Terminator. That's right, he says he is writing a new Terminator movie. The weird thing is where he announced this because he was appearing at the Dell Technologies World 2023 event when he announced this. However, he has since hit pause on writing said story for that movie. And no, it is not because of the writer's strike. It's a little stranger. He is, in fact, waiting to see how AI affects real world. Okay. He's basically waiting to see how AI catches up and what it does. So there was people in attendance at this, and they let it be known what he said at this thing. So this guy called Avatar Guy tweeted out saying, breaking, James Cameron has just said he's begun writing a new Terminator movie. He's holding off on finishing it until the direction of AI becomes clearer. Another guy said, so James Cameron just told Dell Tech World crowd that he started writing a new Terminator movie 3 months ago, but wants to see how AI shakes out before he goes any further. I don't know whether he was meant to spell shapes out, but it says shakes out, so it's going to be a strange one. Look, the one Terminator movie we all want and have asked for is the future war. That's all we want to see. That's all we care about now. We don't care about the time travel anymore. Arnold has already come out and said he's done with the franchise. I think he would be mainly done with playing the Terminator. I would basically make a movie now set in the war. Doesn't even have to follow John Connor and Kyle Reese. You could have anyone that's during the war, but you could have Schwarzenegger in there as the human resistance fighter who gets captured by the Terminators, and hence why the T-800 is based off him. You could have Robert Patrick back as well. I know MacG wanted this idea if he had gotten the sequel to Salvation, that they were going to have or try and bring back Robert Patrick to play the human. I believe he was meant to be a human scientist that the Terminators base the appearance of the T-1000 off of. You could have the two of them back as humans and they get captured. That's basically all you need, is the future war, and the end of the movie could be Skynet losing, because we know the humans win, and the very end of the movie could be Skynet doing the Hail Mary throw, which was to send back a T-800, but you could get to see a T-800 and a T-1000 go back, and that's where you end the movie, and it comes full circle. I don't think anyone has any interest in seeing a Terminator movie based on actual real world in use AI. It's interesting if you kind of base the story on something further down the line. Like, why wait to see what it does and becomes, rather than just make up something that's what you done in the first place? You know, he had a nightmare, a feverish nightmare of the machine coming through the fire, the endoskeleton. That's where he got the idea. And the idea of the technology rising up terrified him so much that he wrote Terminator. Why couldn't you just do that as well with the AI? But then again, you're also asking, where does it come in to play? Like, what way does the story work? How does it get built around AI? Is it going to be a full reboot of the Terminator franchise? Is it going to be a follow on from the movies we already know? Is it going to be set in a completely different timeline? That's the questions people want. And I really need to know, does anyone really care anymore? But it's an interesting one. The reasoning for him pausing right now, look, let's face it as well, it'll probably never actually happen. I can't see Paramount investing again into another Terminator movie to lose money again. They barely broke even with Genesis, and that was through China. Dark Fate, they've lost money. Not just that, but that was also split between Skydance and 20th Century Fox, as well as Paramount. So they basically got nothing back for that one. So I don't see them investing in it again. Why would you? If you're just going to constantly see no returns. But if you've done a future war, and that's not to say it won't be. We're just hearing he's waiting to see what AI does that we're using now. That's not saying he's not going to implement that in some capacity in a future war. But I don't know. And let's face it, we really can't write him off. Everyone was like, oh, no one wants Avatar 2. Who cared about Avatar? Oh, he's making a mistake. And it ended up doing what the first one did, over $2 billion again. And wow. So you really can't write him off. But anyway, that's what we know so far. He is working on a brand new Terminator. No more information. Don't know where it's set and whatnot. But he's paused. Not for Avatar, and not because writer's strike, but to see what happens with AI. Weird. So with that, I'll leave it there for this one. So cheers, and catch you in the next one.
I won't be back.